Let's face it, money management is often a skill that parents in general fail to teach their children. And when I say money management skill, it involves teaching our children the importance of money, how to earn money, how to use money wisely, and how to minimize expenses. And these children normally pick them up just by the way their parents and people around them interact with money. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there's a lot of bigger things that our children are missing out when parents don't intentionally teach and train their kids early on about finances or money. Our children don't need to have thousands or millions of dollars in their bank account before we actually teach them how to use their money wisely. Children by the age of 3 or 4 are already starting to have an awareness and understanding of money and what it is for. And by the age of 4 or 5, we can already start orienting children about how money works, how to spend it wisely, and how to save up. Some parents might think, what? It's too early to teach them that. I would say no. You'll be surprised because research has shown that from birth to approximately the age of 6, a child's brain works in a different way compared to an adult's brain. At these ages, children's brains are like sponges, absorbing everything going on around them and making sense of what they are learning. This is because an individual's brain develops faster during his or her early years of life than at any other time in a person's lifetime. My point is, no matter how young our children are, for as long as they already have the awareness of the concept and the willingness to learn, it could be by the time they are 4 years old or by the time they're 7 years of age, we can start training them early on to allow them to develop a good habit when it comes to money. Now let's dive in to the 12 things that we should teach our kids about money. First, we should teach our children the importance of money, what it is for, and how it affects our lifestyle. Our children should know that our world may not revolve around money, but money is a necessity to help us have a better quality of life. For instance, if we have money, we can live in a comfortable home, eat well, and invest in something that could potentially generate income for the family in the future. Second, we should teach our children that we work to earn money. And the best way to get them to understand this concept is by allowing them to work at home, for instance, and paying them for their hard work. I got my kids this chore chart so they can do a couple of chores and give them an incentive when they reach a certain number of ticks in their chore chart. Incentives can be in the form of cash or a special toy that they would really love to have. Although I don't give my kids incentives each time they do houseworks because I don't want them to get used to getting paid every time they help me around the house. But doing it occasionally will teach my kids to understand the value of hard work, diligence, and resilience. Another example is getting your kids to bake cookies and sell them in your neighborhood. Third, we should teach our kids that there's more than just one way to earn money. Some people get paid for working for others, while some people have their own business to earn money. It's important to allow children to decide how they want to earn, but we need to tell them the advantages and disadvantages of working for others and having their own business. When I was running my preschool before, my 4 to 5-year-old students had entrepreneurship classes where they get to create handmade recycled products and sell them to parents and other visitors during our school fair. This activity allows children to understand that even if they are young, they can already start making money. Fourth, we should teach our children delayed gratification. Good money management means that we have to save our hard-earned money instead of splurging it straight away. How many of us have worked so hard for the whole week only to blow our entire paycheck on the weekend? Most adults have trouble controlling this need for instant gratification, and children are even more impulsive. Most of our kids want to dash off to the local convenience store as soon as they get their allowance and spend it all on candy. How many times has your child begged for a toy in the store because they just had to have it. And then when they get it, they only play with it for a week. Delayed gratification allows people to do things like forgo spending on little things to save up for something bigger and better. We need to teach our children that delaying their need for instant gratification is the smarter choice. If we can instill this good habit in our children, then it will decrease the chances that they will have financial problems when they get older. There are many other ways we can teach our children delayed gratification, and I will put a few links of these on my description box below. Fifth, this is something that ties in the concept of delayed gratification, and that is the act of saving money. Once your child learns to delay their spending, then you can teach them what to do with their money. You can give your children their own piggy bank, so they will be encouraged to save a portion of their money once they start receiving allowance from their parents or once they start earning from their small business. Another example of helping children save up is by teaching them to deposit bills or even coins in their bank account by allowing them to visit a bank. Also, some schools like my children's school have a school banking system where students can deposit notes or bills or even coins using their own account. There's a particular day in a week where my kids can deposit their money by filling out their bank books and handing them out to the school staff who is in charge of the school banking system. It's important that we tell our children the benefits of saving because this teaches them that having savings gives a person a degree of financial freedom, especially in times of emergency. Sixth, we need to teach children how to manage their finances, which involves spending money. This involves spending within their means, budgeting, looking for bargains, etc. Being frugal can be a very good characteristic, and it's something where parents can easily model for their children. Sit down with your kids and ask them to budget and plan. For example, my son just recently had his birthday and wanted to give loot bags to his classmates. So we set a budget and then divided it by the number of kids in his class. Then we went to the store and then I had him plan out what to buy for the loot bags. He had to make tough choices and make some sacrifices, but ultimately he stuck to his budget. Involving your child in this type of activity is a great way to teach them how to spend their money. Seventh, when your kids want something so bad like an expensive toy, get him to understand that he needs to earn it. Ask him what he must do to earn it. It's important for our children to understand that money should be hard-earned. In that way, they will learn at a very young age to work hard for something that is valuable to them, and that they will not only learn the value of money, but they will also learn to be a good steward of their personal belongings. Eighth, we need to teach our children that they should start investing their money even at a young age. Having your money grow is one of the fundamental principles of how people create wealth. At a young age, you can already introduce the idea of investing in property, in the stock market, and other assets. Of course, this is mostly conceptual, but I've heard stories of parents buying stocks and bonds for their children as a graduation present and for these assets to grow tenfold. You can also teach your kids to invest in themselves. Teach them to buy books and educate themselves on new skills. Enroll them in coding classes, graphics design classes, or public speaking classes. Investing in personal education is one of the best ways to spend money. Ninth, don't just get your children to do business. Ask them what they are passionate about, what they are good at, and how they can use this passion and skill to earn money. This is very important as there are many entrepreneurs who give up so easily on their business because they don't enjoy what they are doing. And when challenges arise in their business, they don't try to make things work. Rather, they just shut their business down. There are so many children out there who are already generating profit just by simply utilizing the skills that they are good at and by simply having fun with what they do. Ryan, for instance, who was the youngest YouTube star back then, was only 5 years old by the time he started making millions on YouTube just by unboxing toys. 10th, we need to teach our children that money can be used to help others as they share or donate either in cash or in kind. Besides training our children the habit of saving up and spending wisely, we should also teach them the value of kindness, generosity, and social responsibility. We have to let our children know that if we are richly blessed, we should also know how to share a portion of our money for a cause. Bill Gates and some other business tycoons are philanthropists. It's never too early to train our children to be a channel of blessings to others in their own little ways. 11th, we need to teach our children about the dangers of materialism. Our society today is so focused on material things and comparing with each other. The pursuit of material things can destroy even the wealthiest individual. We have seen so many famous stars go bankrupt because they valued material possessions too much. The best way to teach your kids this concept is to model for them. Don't spoil your kids with mountains of toys. When it comes to rewarding my kids, me personally, I like to spend more on experiences for my children rather than material things. So I like to take them on vacations, to museums, to the beach, to the cinema, to the zoo, etc. Experiences and memories won't get thrown away after a few months, and they last far longer than material things. And last but not the least, get your children to think of ways on how to improve people's quality of life, or think of ways to solve a problem and work around making money from it. In today's generation, young entrepreneurs are now thinking of innovative ways to make people's life a lot easier, because the better the business concept is, the bigger the chances for that business to generate big fortune. In other words, we have to encourage our children to be innovative, get them to do research works, and support them with their business ideas. Be it a simple business idea. We can get inspiration from Henry Ford, who invented the first automobile and made big bucks from it, or Bill Gates, who made it possible for people to communicate with their loved ones easily and quickly from across the globe. Let us not underestimate what a child can do. There's a lot of little children out there, the gifted children, or just any other average children who may come up with big ideas that will change the world forever. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you'll give this video a like and subscribe if you like this video.